Never leave a promise to the holy death unfulfilled. In this episode, we will share a story that must be treated with respect and discretion. We must be cautious not to be influenced by it, as the person sharing it has mentioned. It is important that we respect the beliefs of those who believe in the figure we are about to discuss. Our goal is to share what happened without disrespecting anyone. We hope that you, our listeners, enjoy today's story and take something away from it. Most importantly, we hope you can sleep peacefully tonight. Turn off the lights and let yourself be carried away, as you are about to enter the following tales of the night. Hello, community. My name is Abraham. I am sharing this story with my mother's permission. I will tell it from her perspective, as she told it to me. However, before we begin, I want to make the things clear. First, this story took place between May 12th and June 1st, 2012, in Actopan, Veracruz, a city near Jalapa where Santeria and witchcraft are common occurrences. Second, I am writing this with utmost respect for those who believe in the saint I will mention later. I am sharing this solely to recount what happened to us. With that said, let's dive into my mother's story. In 2003, my daughter went to the United States to study and work. Many years later, she returned with her husband and pregnant with my first granddaughter, who was born in May 2011. A year later, their financial situation was not as good as it was in the U.S. The lack of well-paying jobs affected their lives and their families. That's why, after much discussion, they decided that her husband would go back to the U.S. to work and send money for a better life. In light of this, it was decided that my daughter and granddaughter would move from Jalapa to Actopan to live with us. However, since my son-in-law did not have a passport or visa, he had to resort to illegal practices to cross the border. He contacted a smuggler and embarked on the dangerous journey. We didn't hear from him for weeks, almost 2 months, until one day my daughter received a call. "How are you, Eli? How is the baby? Listen carefully. They have kidnapped me. They want to use me to transport drugs, and if I refuse, they might kill me. Contact my mother-in-law to pay the ransom and set me free, please. I trust you. I love you and our daughter. Give her a kiss, please." As soon as he finished speaking, another person took the phone and, in an authoritative and rude voice, gave my daughter a bank account number and a cell phone number to send the payment confirmation. Then, they hung up without allowing any response. My daughter contacted her mother-in-law, but she didn't believe her version of the story and left my daughter to handle the situation on her own. At that time, she worked at a well-known stationery store in Jalapa and commuted daily, passing by roadside vendors selling various items, including figures of the Santa Muerte virgins and saints. A week after that call, between May 6th and 7th, someone knocked on the door. It was Daniel. "Donnie, how wonderful. How are you? Did my mom pay?" "What happened?" Eli asked. "I don't know, love. One day, they just released all of us and warned us that if we tried to pass through that area again and got caught, they would kill us. That's why I decided to come back. I was too scared to try again," Daniel replied. "Thank God you're safe. Thank God you're safe with us," Eli said, relieved. We were all happy that Daniel had returned home safely, unaware of what was about to happen. A couple of days after Daniel's arrival, Eli woke up feeling strange. She felt unwell, but she knew she had to go to work. However, when she arrived at the stationery store and tried to communicate with her colleagues, her words came out jumbled and nonsensical. Her boss assumed she was under the influence of drugs or alcohol and sent her home to avoid any issues with customers. From that moment on, her health began to deteriorate. She started experiencing mild headaches that eventually became unbearable. She lost her appetite and slept all day. Sometimes the pain was so intense that she would wake up in the middle of the night, begging for something to relieve the pain. She would have nightmares and wake up in a panic, always in the early hours of the morning after 2 a.m. On May 12th, they decided to go to the Social Security Hospital in Jalapa. They ran urgent tests, but everything came back normal. They prescribed medication for her headaches and advised her to rest. That night, They stayed at her place because they couldn't find transportation to Actopan. During the night, everything seemed normal. Daniel was resting until, at some point in the early morning, he woke up screaming from a nightmare. This triggered a nervous breakdown, which led to a seizure that scared Eli. She ran to the bathroom, forcing Daniel to take her to the shower to help her regain consciousness and realize it was just a nightmare. Because of this incident, they decided to move to Actopan permanently. Eli, Daniel, my granddaughter, and I. This way, I could support them and take care of the baby. Strange things started happening in the house. Doors would open in the middle of the night. Eli, half asleep, claimed to see faces melting on the walls. She said flies passing in front of her would explode, and at night, she would see a shadow descending from the rooftop down the stairs. We thought it was just her nightmares, and it's worth mentioning that her room became unusually cold, despite the heat outside. The family sought the help of a local spiritual healer in Actopan, who was known for their expertise in dealing with supernatural occurrences. The healer conducted a thorough cleansing ritual in the house, using holy water and various herbs to ward off negative energies. However, despite the efforts, the strange happenings persisted. In desperation, they decided to consult a renowned psychic who specialized in communicating with spirits. The psychic revealed that the shadow descending the stairs was a malevolent entity that had attached itself to Eli's husband during his harrowing experience with the smugglers. It was feeding off their fear and tormenting them as a form of revenge. The psychic advised them to make a promise to the Holy Death, a figure associated with protection and justice, in order to break the hold of the entity. Following the psychic's guidance, the family gathered together and made a solemn promise to the Holy Death, vowing to honor her and pledge their devotion in exchange for their safety and deliverance from the malevolent entity. They lit candles, recited prayers, and placed an offering of flowers and fruit at the altar dedicated to the Holy Death. Over time, the disturbances in the house gradually subsided, and Eli's health started to improve. The nightmares ceased, and the unexplained coldness in her room disappeared. It seemed that their promise to the Holy Death had been acknowledged and fulfilled. As a gesture of gratitude for their deliverance, the family decided to embark on a pilgrimage to a sacred shrine dedicated to the Holy Death. They traveled to a remote village in the outskirts of Actopan, where the shrine was nestled amidst a serene natural setting. The journey was filled with anticipation and reverence, as they hoped to express their deep gratitude in person. The shrine was adorned with vibrant flowers and colorful ribbons, symbolizing devotion and offering. The family kneeled before the altar, their hearts filled with a profound sense of awe and reverence. They lit candles, recited sacred chants, and placed their hands on the sacred sculpture of the Holy Death, feeling a warm and comforting presence fill the air. It was an unforgettable experience that solidified their faith and strengthened their bond as a family. In the years that followed, the family embraced their newfound spiritual path and became active members of a community dedicated to venerating the Holy Death. They participated in annual ceremonies and rituals, offering their prayers and gratitude to the benevolent figure who had protected them. They also shared their story with others, spreading awareness of the Holy Death's miraculous powers and inspiring hope in those facing similar challenges. Their devotion and unwavering belief in the Holy Death became a source of strength and guidance, shaping their lives in profound ways. Through their journey, the family discovered that the Holy Death's power extended beyond their personal experiences. They learned about the countless stories of individuals who had sought solace and protection in times of hardship and found it through their devotion to the Holy Death. It became apparent that the Holy Death was not simply a figure of superstition or fear, but a symbol of resilience, justice, and unwavering faith. People from all walks of life gathered in prayer and reverence, finding solace and healing in the presence of the Holy Death. It served as a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always a glimmer of hope and divine intervention. The family's devotion to the Holy Death grew stronger with each passing day. They immersed themselves in the study of the traditions and rituals associated with the figure, seeking a deeper understanding of her significance. They learned about the different aspects and manifestations of the Holy Death, such as La Santa Muerte Roja, who is believed to protect against violence and danger, and La Santa Muerte Verde, who is associated with healing and abundance. By expanding their knowledge, they were able to establish a profound connection with the Holy Death and harness her blessings in various aspects of their lives. In addition to their spiritual practices, the family also took practical steps to ensure their safety and well-being. They installed security cameras around their home and implemented various protection rituals, such as placing amulets and charms at key points in the house. These measures provided them with a sense of peace and security, knowing that they were actively taking steps to prevent any negative influences or malevolent entities from entering their lives again. As time went on, the family's story spread throughout their community and beyond. People started seeking their advice and guidance, drawn to their unwavering faith and the transformative power of their experience. They became known as living testimonies of the Holy Death's benevolence and were often invited to share their story at spiritual gatherings and events. Their words of encouragement and hope resonated with many, inspiring others to turn to the Holy Death in their times of need. Recognizing the impact they could have on others, the family decided to establish a support group for individuals who had faced similar challenges and sought solace in the embrace of the Holy Death. They created a safe space where people could share their experiences, seek guidance, and find comfort in the collective strength of their faith. The group grew steadily, bringing together individuals from diverse backgrounds and offering a sense of belonging and understanding. Through their shared stories and communal prayers, they found solace and a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that they were not alone on their spiritual journey. In addition to their community work, the family also dedicated themselves to acts of charity and service. They organized regular food drives and provided assistance to those in need, seeing it as a way to express their gratitude to the Holy Death for her guidance and protection. By extending their blessings to others, they hope to create a ripple effect of positivity and compassion in the world. Their efforts garnered them widespread recognition and admiration, inspiring others to follow their example and spread kindness wherever they went. In their quest to deepen their understanding of the Holy Death, the family began attending spiritual workshops and seminars led by experienced practitioners. These events provided them with valuable knowledge about the symbolism and rituals associated with the Holy Death, allowing them to incorporate new practices into their daily lives. Through these workshops, they discovered the power of creating personal altars dedicated to the Holy Death. Each member of the family set up their own altar, adorned with candles, flowers, and sacred objects, as a focal point for their devotion. In addition to their altars, the family also started collecting sacred relics and artifacts associated with the Holy Death. They believed that these objects held a special energy and could serve as conduits for spiritual protection and guidance. Their collection included beautifully crafted statues, amulets, and talismans, each with its own significance and purpose. These relics became cherished heirlooms, passed down through generations as a testament to their faith and connection to the Holy Death. As their devotion continued to grow, the family recognized the importance of sharing their knowledge and experiences with others. They began writing articles and blogs, detailing their spiritual journey and offering advice to those seeking guidance. Their words resonated with readers around the world, inspiring a global community of devotees who found solace and strength in the Holy Death. Through their writings, they emphasized the importance of never leaving a promise to the Holy Death Unfulfilled, as a way of honoring her blessings and staying true to one's spiritual path. In their dedication to the Holy Death, the family embarked on a pilgrimage to a sacred shrine in a remote village nestled amidst the serene natural setting. The shrine, known for its ancient connection to the Holy Death, drew visitors from far and wide. Upon their arrival, the family was greeted by a vibrant display of flowers and colorful ribbons adorning the entrance, symbolizing devotion and offering. With hearts filled with reverence and awe, they kneeled before the altar, lit candles, and recited sacred chants, feeling a warm and comforting presence envelop them. It was an unforgettable experience that solidified their faith and deepened their bond as a family. The pilgrimage became an annual tradition, allowing them to express their profound gratitude for the Holy Death's divine intervention and protection. As the years went by, the family was inspired to take their devotion to the Holy Death a step further. They decided to establish a community center dedicated to the teachings and principles of the Holy Death. The center became a gathering place for individuals seeking guidance, healing, and spiritual growth. It offered workshops, meditation sessions, and counseling services led by experienced practitioners. The family's profound connection to the Holy Death and their first-hand experiences became a source of inspiration for many, instilling hope and providing a sanctuary for those in need. They were able to create a supportive and inclusive environment where individuals from all walks of life could come together to explore their spirituality and find solace in the presence of the Holy Death. The family's unwavering devotion to the Holy Death also led them to explore the origins and history of the figure. Through extensive research, they delved into ancient texts and oral traditions, uncovering fascinating stories and legends surrounding the Holy Death. They discovered that the veneration of the Holy Death had deep roots in indigenous cultures and pre-Columbian belief systems. This knowledge reinforced their sense of connection and reverence, as they realized they were part of a timeless spiritual tradition that spanned generations. Inspired by their findings, they shared their insights with others, hosting educational workshops and lectures to spread awareness and promote a deeper understanding of the Holy Death's significance. In addition to their community center and educational initiatives, the family also established a charitable foundation in honor of the Holy Death. The foundation focused on providing support and resources to marginalized communities, particularly those affected by violence and poverty. They organized fundraising events, collected donations, and collaborated with local organizations to make a meaningful impact on people's lives. Their belief in the transformative power of compassion and generosity guided their efforts, as they strove to embody the principles embodied by the Holy Death in their daily actions. By channeling their gratitude and devotion into acts of service, they aimed to uphold the values that the Holy Death symbolized and inspire others to follow suit. As their influence and reputation grew, the family received invitations to speak at international conferences and spiritual gatherings. They shared their story on a global platform, spreading the message of hope, resilience, and the transformative power of faith. Their words resonated with audiences who were touched by their genuine authenticity and unwavering belief in the Holy Death. They became ambassadors of the Holy Death's teachings, inspiring individuals from diverse backgrounds to embrace their spirituality and find solace in the presence of the figure. Through their travels and interactions with people from around the world, the family realized that the Holy Death's influence extended far beyond their community and had the potential to unite people across borders and cultures. In their commitment to honor their promise to the Holy Death and ensure that no one else would face the torment they had endured, the family created a comprehensive guidebook detailing their spiritual journey and the practices associated with the Holy Death. The guidebook served as a manual for individuals seeking solace, protection, and spiritual growth. It included step-by-step instructions for constructing altars, performing rituals, and invoking the blessings of the Holy Death. The family's personal anecdotes and insights provided a relatable and practical framework for readers, making the teachings of the Holy Death accessible to a wider audience. The guidebook quickly gained popularity, becoming a trusted resource for devotees and seekers alike, who found guidance and inspiration within its pages. Over the years, the family's devotion and connection to the Holy Death continued to evolve. They realized that the figure transcended cultural boundaries and touched the lives of people from all walks of life. They began organizing interfaith events and dialogues, fostering a sense of unity and mutual respect among different spiritual traditions. By emphasizing the universal themes of compassion, justice, and resilience, they sought to bridge divides and promote understanding among diverse belief systems. Their efforts were met with enthusiasm and support, as individuals from various religious backgrounds recognized the common threads that connected them in their devotion to the Holy Death. In their quest to deepen their connection to the Holy Death, the family embarked on a pilgrimage to a sacred shrine nestled in the remote mountains of Actopan. The shrine, hidden among lush greenery and cascading waterfalls, was believed to be imbued with the divine presence of the Holy Death. As they approached the shrine, the air became thick with a sense of reverence and serenity. They removed their shoes and walked barefoot, feeling the cool earth beneath their feet, a symbol of humility and surrender. Upon reaching the shrine, the family found themselves surrounded by devotees from all walks of life, their faces filled with devotion and gratitude. They kneeled before the intricately adorned altar, adorned with candles, flowers, and offerings, and offered their heartfelt prayers and intentions. The soft glow of candlelight cast mesmerizing shadows on the walls, creating an ethereal ambience. The sacred space seemed to resonate with a profound energy, as if the veil between the physical and spiritual realms had momentarily lifted. The family felt a warmth enveloping their hearts and a deep sense of peace washing over them. They knew in that moment that they were in the presence of something truly sacred and transformative. The pilgrimage became a transformative experience for the family, deepening their connection to the Holy Death and reaffirming their faith. They left the shrine with a renewed sense of purpose and a strengthened resolve to live their lives in alignment with the principles embodied by the Holy Death. Upon returning home, the family dedicated a special corner in their house to recreate the sacredness they had experienced at the shrine. They adorned the space with photographs, relics, and sacred objects associated with the Holy Death. This sacred corner became a focal point for their daily prayers, meditation, and reflection, serving as a constant reminder of their devotion and the sacred journey they had embarked upon. As they continued their spiritual practices and shared their experiences with others, the family became beacons of hope and inspiration for those seeking solace and guidance. They organized spiritual gatherings and workshops, inviting others to join them on the path of devotion and deepen their connection to the Holy Death. Through their unwavering faith and dedication to fulfilling their promise to the Holy Death, the family found solace, guidance, and a profound sense of purpose. In their unwavering devotion to the Holy Death, the family's journey led them to establish a community center, a charitable foundation, and a comprehensive guidebook, all dedicated to the teachings and principles of the Holy Death. They became ambassadors of hope, spreading the transformative power of faith and inspiring individuals from diverse backgrounds to embrace their spirituality. Through their pilgrimage to a sacred shrine and their daily spiritual practices, the family deepened their connection to the Holy Death and found solace, guidance, and a profound sense of purpose. Their story serves as a testament to the resilience and transformative power of faith in the face of adversity.